Batman, The Shadow crossover issue 1, written by Steve Orlando and Scott Snyder, art by Riley Rosmo. Do you know what I want to say about this? I think obviously it's Steve Orlando less so in this comparison because he's been doing Supergirl, which I've liked ongoing. So he's currently doing something ongoing, which I like. I used to like Snyder a lot. He's done some great stuff. When he's done horror, he's great and so on. But I've not been liking All Star, and because that's all he's been doing recently, I feel like I'm down on Scott Snyder. I'm kind of down on Orlando because of JLA. This comic gave me like this renewed hope because I really like this issue. I don't know if you did.
Yeah, it was fine. It was way more Shadow than Batman. So my brain, I had to do the Barbara hyper focus and go research the Shadow because my only reference is the Alec Baldwin movie from '94.
Yeah, I've seen that. That's my only reference as well.
Yeah, and so going through and reading, like, you couldn't tell either Orlando or Snyder really did their homework by tying this all together.
Do you know what I liked about it? You say it was more Shadow than Batman, and I don't know if I agree with that, because Batman is the protagonist. I think the way they've tackled it here is that it's obviously, it starts with a murder. This murder happens, and something is Batman's investigating. It's someone who's working at Arkham, and then the Shadow attacks him. And it seems like the Shadow is the one who's killed this guy. I'm assuming there's going to be a twist to that, but it seems like the Shadow's killed this guy, and he doesn't know who this is, so he starts to investigate it. I didn't do any research. There was parts of it that I didn't quite get, but it's working for me because Batman doesn't know these things and he's investigating. It's like the mystery of who the Shadow is something that's unfolding throughout the story. I was actually surprised by how much I liked this because I was like, So
well, when I say that it's more Shadow than Batman, I don't mean that bad. I mean that as it's like for people that don't know who the Shadow is, it sets it up right there. So it needs to be focused more on the Shadow side than the Batman side. And
honestly, Batman fighting the Shadow is really fun. Like, that scene is really cool. And then at the end, the cliffhanger is that Shadow... Batman goes to see Henry Ducard because he recognises the sword, one of the swords that he had. Because he goes into the Shadow's base of operations and he sees all these weapons and all these fake masks that he used to like disguise himself. And he goes to see Ducard off in whatever country Ducard's in. And the twist at the end is it was actually the Shadow disguised as Ducard. And he's like, the Shadow was closer than you think. And it's just nice, great... Shadow, I see why he's probably quite a popular comics character because he looks like someone who's fun to draw. All this stuff with him actually being a shadow, and then like him like running off, it's very pulpy. You see the trench coat floating, but it's all dark because he's a shadow. And so I thought it looked great. I thought it had a really good. The only complaint I'd have with the art was really good. I loved how everything looked, with the one exception of Batman's ears. I thought they looked comically small.
Let me go back and look.
They had that like 1960s TV show kind of look to them, and I thought that was really weird.
Yeah.
Not a fan of that.
Catman-esque.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that. But otherwise, I thought the Shadow looked great. I thought Batman fight, especially because it's kind of like because Batman is like a shadow. The way he like exits a scene, the way he is to people, the way he portrays himself. The fact that he has to fight an actual person who can turn into a shadow, really fun. It's like, oh yeah, this is the thing you're pretending to be. Here's the Here's the challenge of the real thing.
Also, we get Matches Malone, which I'm never upset about. So he gets to go investigate and whatnot. Yeah, it was pretty good. I'm going to continue on with it.
I was three. Too. It was pulpy. I like that.
And we all know how I feel about that.
Yeah, you like good bit of pulp. Pulp and Dick. Dick and pulp.
That's right.
That's your kind of thing.